Zodiac signs and what makes them attractive. Check timestamps for your sign. Aries. Hesitation rarely survives around them for long. They are the person who tells you to send the message, take the chance, or finally say what you have been avoiding. That certainty can feel intense, but it is also refreshing because you never have to guess whether they are interested. Their attraction is not just confidence, it is the way their courage becomes contagious. Even ordinary plans feel more alive around them. The surprising part is that beneath all that boldness, they often admire people who can challenge them. They pull others in by making life feel immediate, honest, and worth acting on. Taurus. Their appeal tends to reveal itself slowly. At first, it may be the calm voice, the unhurried way they move, or how comfortable silence feels around them. Then you notice the deeper pull. They make simple moments feel complete. A meal, a drive, or a quiet evening gains weight because they are actually present for it with you. They may take time to open up, which can be frustrating, but that slowness also makes their warmth feel earned. Being around them feels less rushed and less performative, as though life has finally slowed down enough for you to properly enjoy it. Gemini. 10 minutes can feel like 2 when the conversation keeps changing direction. They connect ideas quickly, catch the funniest detail, and ask the kind of question that takes things somewhere nobody expected. Their attraction is not simply that they talk well, it is that people often become more interesting around them. They can pull out a story you forgot you knew or make a quiet person suddenly animated. Their unpredictability may leave others unsure where they stand, but it also keeps the connection mentally alive. What makes them hard to forget is the feeling that boredom has no chance when their attention is fully engaged. Cancer. The smallest details are often the ones they remember. It might be the thing you almost said, the food you order when stressed, or the way your voice changes when something is wrong. That kind of attention feels intimate because it is neither loud nor performative. They often know how to care without making someone feel helpless. The complication is that their closeness can be selective, and people may wonder when the door will fully open. Once it does, their attraction comes from making others feel emotionally safe without demanding a polished version of them first. They make softness feel less risky. Leo. A room feels more alive when their enjoyment starts including everyone else. They can bring a quiet person into the conversation, make someone feel funnier than usual, or turn an ordinary night into something people remember. Their confidence catches attention, but their real pull is generosity. When they like you, they make it obvious through warmth, enthusiasm, and the way they celebrate what makes you different. That attention can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially when they want the same energy returned. Still, people are drawn to them because they make being seen feel exciting instead of exposing. Around them, self-consciousness often loosens its grip. Virgo. Care shows up in the things they never announce. They notice what specifically makes your day harder, then quietly remove one part of the problem. Maybe they remember the deadline you mentioned, bring the thing you forgot, or check in exactly when you need it. Their reserve can make them seem distant at first, but that contrast makes their attention more meaningful. The pull is not perfection or constant competence. It is the realization that they have been paying closer attention than you thought. With them, affection often arrives as something useful, precise, and completely tailored to the person receiving it. Libra. Chemistry feels effortless when someone understands the rhythm of a moment. They can pull a person into a group conversation without putting them on the spot, make a pause feel flirtatious instead of awkward, and give attention without turning it into an interview. Their attraction comes from knowing when to tease, when to listen, and when to let silence do the work. The complication is that they can be warm with many people, which sometimes makes their interest difficult to read. But when the connection is real, it feels balanced rather than chaste, as though both people arrived at the same feeling naturally. Scorpio. The attraction becomes strongest when a conversation stops being comfortable. They do not rush to change the subject when someone admits something messy, embarrassing, or difficult. That steadiness makes people more honest around them. Their pull is not simply mystery, it is the sense that they can handle the truth without judging it or making it smaller. Their attention can feel intense and even exposing, because they rarely remain on the surface for long. But that is also what makes the connection powerful. They make vulnerability feel private, serious, and safe enough to express, without immediately regretting it afterward. Sagittarius. People often admit what they truly want around them. The dream that sounded unrealistic starts feeling worth discussing, and the plan that kept getting postponed suddenly seems possible. Their attraction is not only adventure, it is the absence of judgment that makes others feel less ridiculous for wanting more from life. They can make a serious person playful again and turn an ordinary evening into a story. Their restlessness may make them difficult to pin down, but that same energy creates possibility. Life feels less fixed around them, and being honest about your desires becomes far more exciting than always being sensible. Capricorn. Attention feels more valuable when it is never given carelessly. They show interest by making room, remembering what is important, and following through when other people only talk. Their attraction builds slowly because it comes from consistency rather than display. At first, their restraint may seem distant, but later it feels intentional. The person they trust also gets to see the dry humor, quiet protectiveness, and softness they rarely show publicly. What pulls people in is not the challenge of impressing them. It is the experience of being taken seriously by someone whose actions usually mean exactly what their words promised. Aquarius. Freedom is the strongest part of their pull. Strange opinions, niche obsessions, unconventional plans, and awkward little habits do not need to be edited into something more acceptable around them. They often become more curious when someone reveals what makes them different. That reaction helps people drop the version of themselves designed for approval. Their independence may sometimes make them difficult to read, but it also creates space. Connection does not have to feel possessive or scripted. People are drawn to them because individuality feels safe in their presence, and the parts usually hidden are often the parts they find most worth knowing. Pisces. Caring deeply feels less embarrassing in their presence. They take seriously the feelings, dreams, and tiny emotional moments that other people might dismiss as dramatic or unrealistic. A shared song, a passing memory, or one honest question can suddenly carry more meaning. Their attraction comes from giving emotional weight to what usually gets overlooked. They can sometimes blur the line between what is real and what they hope could become real, which makes their energy both beautiful and complicated. Still, people are drawn to them because they make tenderness feel intelligent, imagination feel valuable, and vulnerability feel like something worth protecting, rather than hiding. Conclusion. Attraction is not always about looks, confidence, or being the loudest person in the room. Sometimes it is about who makes you feel braver, calmer, more interesting, or less embarrassed to be yourself. The sign that pulls you in may not be your usual type at all. They may simply bring out a version of you that you like being. Which sign makes you forget what your usual type is, and have you ever regretted falling for that energy? Share your sign and your story in the comments, and follow for more Zodiac insights without the recycled stereotypes.